Hey, hey, hey! Welcome, welcome. Oh, I should bring my microphone closer. There we go. How are you today? I hope you're well. And I've got an exciting show. I see Gibbo in the house, Gibbo in the house, and Mumsy in the house, Mumsy in the house. Excellent, excellent. And I'm sure we've got some more coming pretty quickly. Oh, there was a cat that was Mama Kitty. And so today for Gen X, put all your other drama away. Forget about it. Forget about it. We are going to have fun remembering food. Yes, food. Part 2, because we started last week and it was really fun. And then I saved a link. I came across another link for next week's not food related. It's just Gen X, growing up Gen X stuff. So that should be fun next week as well. But let's get started. So this is where we left off last week.
Curious which once
How did you
popular
go all the
lunches
way
have now faded into
queued
history.
up?
Set the
We
table
left
for
off with
20
chicken
delicious
a la
meals
king.
that remind us how good the old days tasted.
Here we go.
And remember,
There was
liver and onions. That's a dish that harks back to when folks appreciated the hearty, nutrient-packed offerings from the kitchen.
Liver and onions. I know Mumsy liked liver and onions occasionally. I think Chalet said it. Did we hit liver and onions last week? Or maybe it was just us talking about something. I see Waldorf. Oh, and then Waldorf salad is next. Liver and onions. Who ate liver and onions? Who still eats liver and onions? My grandmother would cook liver and onions once a week, twice a month, something like that. Oh, you don't like it, Mumsy? I thought like whenever we go to Denny's or something like that, sometimes you would order it. Am I not remembering things right? Would you occasionally order liver and onions or eat it at Grandma's? If we were at Gurmy's house and she cooked liver and onions, did you eat it even if you didn't like it? Is that what my memory is? On Fridays. Because liver's okay in the Catholic Church? I thought you're supposed to have fish on Fridays. Ugh. But for me, thumbs down on the liver and onions. Chalet in the house. Chalet in the house. You made it. Gibbo, over there in the UK, did you guys still eat liver and onions? Did you eat them before? Oh, Gibbo was in the chat at 8:22. So maybe he hasn't popped back in yet. Chalet, what are your thoughts on liver and onions? I know it's a big no for me. But I do remember them being cooked. All right. Next one. Waldorf salad. When I was working for Red Lion Hotel, we had a Waldorf salad sandwich. The chicken Waldorf salad sandwich. So as you can see here, there's the apples, there's the grapes, there's cheese, I believe. No, not cheese. There's walnuts. Sometimes raisins. Maybe the raisins, if you don't have grapes, you can use raisins. I'll play
The
this.
swanky Waldorf Astoria Hotel. And there you have the birth of the Waldorf salad. This crunchy mix of apples, celery, and walnuts all tied together with a creamy mayonnaise dressing became a hit for its refreshing simplicity and elegance. It was Oscar Cherky, the maitre d'hotel, who was credited with creating this iconic dish, which has no lettuce despite being a salad. It's the kind of dish that added a touch of class to any gathering. Easy to whip up, but sophisticated enough to impress. Over the years, folks have played around with the ingredients, throwing in grapes, swapping mayo for yogurt, or adding a sprinkle of chicken to bulk it up. But as culinary scenes expanded, the Waldorf salads started appearing less frequently.
So what do you guys think about the
edged
Waldorf
out by a
salad?
parade of new salads flaunting global flavors and lighter dressings. Still, its knack for blending.
Did you ever make it yourself? Mumsy said that she never ordered it, but she did eat it on some Fridays at Gurmy's. Okay, so there's my memory. I knew it came from somewhere. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Mumsy says she likes Waldorf salad. I love Waldorf salad. I kept an apple in my refrigerator for about a month. And as I was, I bought grapes. I had the apple. I needed to get some chicken, which I never got around to getting. And so I finished off the grapes. And then about 2 nights ago, I just like, I'm going to eat the apple. I just ate the apple. Yeah. So I didn't get my chicken Waldorf. But it's okay. I can get another apple later. Went grocery shopping today. Got a few things, so I'm set now. But okay, so what do we got next?
Textures continues to influence salad trends far and wide. Green bean casserole, a dish that smells like nostalgia and tastes like comfort.
Okay, we all know this. I mean, definitely a staple of Thanksgiving. But Mumsy, I think growing up, you might have like cooked that as a side dish sometimes, maybe with pork chops or something. I mean, I know that we always had pork chops and applesauce. And you know who also mentions pork chops and applesauce? The Brady Bunch. I think it was Peter. And he was walking around going, pork chops and applesauce. I'll live. Yes, I'll live without having Waldorf salad. Yeah. No, so you love green bean salad. Me too. I mean, I always make, or green bean casserole, sorry. I always make extra at Thanksgiving. It's so simple though. I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't make it all year. Yeah, good stuff. We made it all completely from scratch with sremao. We used fresh green beans and boiled them. And then we made a gravy, with flour and milk and bouillon. Instead of using like cream of mushroom soup or whatever, which is the traditional recipe, we just made like a gravy. And then we took fresh onions and sliced them and fried them until they were crispy. So we made our own crispy onions too. It wasn't bad at all. Shalay says someone would always make it for Thanksgiving. And the broccoli cheese rice casserole and the scalloped corn. And the deviled eggs. Yes. As mentioned before, Mumsy was always the queen of deviled eggs. It was always assigned to her to bring them to every family gathering. We had lots of family gatherings. There was a birthday or a holiday, like memorial, like, you guys just had Memorial Day, whatever the holiday was, birthdays, anniversaries, we'd always have get-togethers all year round. Hey, Queen is in the house. Queen is in the house. Welcome. So did you guys have the broccoli casserole up there in Canada at any time of year? I know that Thanksgiving is not a Canadian holiday, or at least not on the same day that we have it. You might have a different Thanksgiving. But anyway, do you guys eat green bean casserole? Oh, definitely. Good stuff.
Invented in 1955 by Dorcas Riley at the Campbell. Pineapple chicken is a sweet nod to the mid-20th century love affair with combining fruit and savory elements in one dish. It features juicy chunks of chicken cooked with pineapple and bell peppers, all doused in a tangy sweet sauce made from vinegar, brown sugar, and soy sauce.
With Chinese food.
This fusion reflects the period's fascination with Hawaiian and Polynesian cultures, which influenced many American culinary trends. This dish was all the rage, bringing a bit of tropical flair to the dinner table with its vibrant colors and bold flavors.
Remember
However,
when
as culinary trends shifted towards
that
more
was in the
authentic and less
70s and
sugary
80s,
interpretations of ethnic
and
cuisines,
having a walk
pineapple
was like,
chicken's
oh,
popularity
everybody
waned.
had to have a walk, and we all
These
had to
days,
stir
the
fry.
preference for subtler, more
And I was a
balanced
kid
flavors
living in the
means dishes
apartment
like
with
this are
mom.
less common, though it still
So
pops up at family gatherings or potlucks. Creamed chipped beef.
yeah, you made Asian food last night, sweet and hot. Yeah, I stay away from spicy myself. That's one of the first things I learned how to say in Khmer, the language in Cambodia. So they say not spicy, not spicy at a restaurant. No spicy. Oh, it's making you hungry. Yeah, it's breakfast time for you. I hope you have a cup of coffee to keep you company anyway. So next up, chip beef. We kind of
Often fondly
talked
referred
about
to
that
as SOS
last
by
time,
those who've served in the military,
and so
is a
that we had that one.
Get your domain today at GoDaddy. Ready to take your idea online.
is a simple dish of dried beef in a white
So let's
sauce.
skip
Typically,
on to
pimento cheese really kicked off in the early
pimento
20th
cheese
century.
sandwich. Pimento cheese sandwich. This was not a thing for me growing up. What about you guys? Is this a Midwest thing, a Northern thing, a UK thing? If Gibbo, oh, there's Gibbo. Gibbo back in the house. Gibbo back in the house. Woo! Glad to see you back. I know you came in early. You were the first one. So if you watch the replay, you're my first shout out of being in the house. Yeah, we did just talk about the chip beef. Yeah, so skipping over that. You've never, yeah, Mumsy's never had pimento cheese sandwich, so therefore I never grew up with it. Those little tea sandwiches like egg salad and deviled ham, I think those are coming up. Don't get ahead of yourself. Queen says she made egg rolls and sweet and sour chicken balls and spicy noodles and special fried rice and beef and broccoli. Whoa! Give it up for Queen! Amazing! Oh, tuna sandwich. Yeah, tuna salad. Yeah, that's a favorite of mine. Alrighty. Nobody did the pimento cheese.
Thanks to some clever innovations in the U.S. dairy industry. It's a simple mix: grated cheddar, pimento peppers, and a dollop of mayonnaise, creating a spread that's both creamy and has a nice kick from those sweet peppers. This spread really took off in the South, where pimentos were as common as sunshine, becoming a go-to for sandwiches, celery fillers, or slathered on a burger at a backyard bar. Comfort food vibe. Launched in 1937 by Hormel Foods, Spam quickly...
We also talked about Spam. You had them at a wedding or something. That could be. You made banana bread. Oh, that's easy. We have tons of bananas. Did you realize, like, there's more than one kind of banana? Of course, in America, it's like the Chiquita banana. You know, that's it. And you get over here to anywhere in Southeast Asia, and you start to learn that there's many different kinds of bananas. Different shapes. Some are flat, some are short, some are long. Just a ton of different kinds of bananas. Yeah, Spam is too salty. It is. Yeah, if you're using Spam in anything, you definitely don't want to add salt, because there's a lot of salt in the Spam already for sure. But yeah, Spam has become a comfort food for me now,
showcasing its unique role in regional cuisines.
It's like
pickled beet eggs are a striking dish made from hard-boiled eggs pickled in a mix of beet juice.
So, okay, they say they pickled so you hard-boiled the egg and then you pickle it in beet juice to get this pinkish purple color. I've never had deviled eggs like that. So have you guys had the deviled eggs that have been soaked or pickled in beet juice? And by the way, in Europe, and then it kind of carries over here, they say beetroot. They never say beet alone. They always say beetroot. It drives me nuts. And they don't say cilantro. They call it coriander. So, you know, like in America, when you buy a spice rack and it's full of all the spices, You've got coriander, and they're little round balls of seeds that are little round balls, and that's coriander. Well, I guess that's just the seed for cilantro. Who knew? But yeah, they always say beetroot. Oh, Gibbo says that he loves Spam or Bacon Grill, same as Spam but cheaper. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because here Spam is $6.50 as I was at the market today, at the supermarket. Yeah, they are pretty, Queen. Crispy bacon on top of deviled eggs is good. Oh, that does sound good. They look pretty, but you never had them. Yeah, I've never had them either. You can make Caesar deviled eggs. Okay, well, now we know something that we can all try in the future. Just get yourself a recipe for
Vienna sausages. Those
Vienna
little canned sausages made a
these look
splash
like
in the
little hot
U.S.
dogs.
after being developed in Europe.
Does not
They're
look like the
soft,
ones that come in a
mildly
can.
salty.
There you go.
and
That's what we get. Yes, and it was for like cocktail parties. It was a cocktail food. I'm not that interested in eating them alone. But you know what I did do? You know what it is? It's friggin' bologna in a different shape. It's bologna. It's like Oscar Mayer bologna. So I cut them up into little slices, and I don't know. It was like, is it SpaghettiOs? SpaghettiOs has little like, or did they have meatballs? Something has like little hot dogs in it, and that's like, this is exactly what it is. I sometimes try to have one in the cupboard as like a backup, so like if I don't have anything else to eat, then I can at least do something with it. Oh my gosh, $1.50 or $2 to $3 or pounds, which would be about what, $4.50 anyway. Yeah. Chalet says the Vienna sausages are disgusting. Queen says just use the Caesar salad, Renee's Caesar dressing instead of mayonnaise when making the deviled eggs. Queen says it's like Little Smokies. Yeah, but Little Smokies are good. So my mom she'd get her crock pot out and put like barbecue. All you need to do is open a jar of barbecue sauce, pour that in, and then open the bag of Little Smokies, put that in, let it simmer, boom. But that tastes a lot better than Vienna sausages. Ooh, but Little Smokies wrapped in crescent rolls and baked. Gibbo, put them with pasta and spices sauce and leave them in the sauce overnight, and they absorb the flavors. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. Mumsy says that sounds tasty. Yeah, I know. Chalet says, Queen, those are good, not the Vienna sausages. Exactly. The Little Smokies are the best. Okay, what's next?
Still have their fans, particularly in areas like the South, where they're often featured in traditional recipes. Deviled ham spread began gracing American tables in the late 19th century.
Just chop
a
up the ham
concoction of
and
finely
mayonnaise?
chopped or ground ham mixed with
Remember
spices
the
and mustard,
that
bound
one.
together by
The deviled
mayonnaise.
ham.
This
Mumsy
spicy,
would
savory
buy that
spread quickly became a
sometimes,
favorite
but
for its
I
convenience
don't
and
know,
long
did you
shelf
use it
life,
like in a cocktail
ideal for
recipe
quick sandwiches,
or something, like,
pastry
for
fillings,
an hors d'oeuvre?
or as a
I don't
simple
ever
dip.
really remember having a sandwich.
However, as dining
you make
trends shifted
yourself a
towards
sandwich?
more authentic flavors,
Look at that.
deviled ham spread's
Tomato.
appeal waned.
That actually kind of seems.
The modern diner often looks for options with less sodium and fewer additives, steering clear of heavily processed foods. Originally a staple for easy meal prep and perfect for on-the-go eating,
Roast beef, chicken, and deviled ham. So this was definitely, growing up, this was in our cupboards for sure, even if you didn't have it all the time. Let me kind of go back. Chalet. Queen, Christine, so good. Chalet, people love them though. Yeah. Gibbo, At Queen, I'm eating a pasta salad that's bacon and chicken with Caesar dressing. Wow, good for you. Never had these ones, Chalet. Oh, yeah, because that picture with the toothpicks looked like the Little Smokies. Yeah, but the Vienna sausage in the can it's not like the Little Smokies. And I don't think, I mean, the texture is not going to be the same either. There's no smoke flavor. Like I said, it's like bologna. It's like Oscar Mayer bologna, but shaped like a little hot dog. Chalet. I like devil's ham with pickles and maybe some mayonnaise. Yeah, the same way you would do tuna, I guess, but with the ham instead. Queen is saying Gibbo's Caesar salad is so good. Chalet says, mix up that ham, cut the crust off your bread and cut it into triangles. Oh, Mumsy said she never had deviled ham. Well, maybe it was in Gurmy's house. Maybe she always had it in her cupboard. Oh, soggy. We don't want soggy sandwiches. All right, what's next?
Tomato Surprise once captivated the culinary scene with its inventive approach. Tomatoes hollowed out and filled with everything from tuna to chicken salad or rice blends, served up chilled. This dish thrived in the 50s and 60s, where hosts at home parties loved the visual appeal and refreshing taste it offered. The tomatoes had to be just the right firmness to cup creamy interiors that contrasted beautifully with their acidic walls. However, as diners began to favor dishes that showcased natural flavors without...
But anyway, when you have a full English breakfast or a full Irish breakfast, a lot of times they will have fried tomatoes, and sometimes they'll put a little crusty on it like this. And that's good. Oh, Yeah, Chalet says she's never had that. She's had the stuffed green peppers. Exactly. Yeah, Mumsy says she never fixed the stuffed tomatoes. Yep. Yep. So I guess somebody did it. So moving
Ham
on.
and banana hollandaise is a curious creation from the 1950s.
Never heard of this. We were just talking about bananas. Have you ever wrapped a banana with a slice of ham and added hollandaise sauce? I cannot even imagine that. This is nowhere in my consciousness at all. It's not, never even heard of it ever. I mean, the Cuban plantains that are cooked, yeah, those are so good, but wrapping a banana, I mean, this looks so cheap. It looks so, as we would kind of say now, ghetto. It looks so ghetto. It looks terrible. No, yuck. Yeah. Oh, you gotta fry the potatoes in the bacon grease. Oh yeah, that would definitely do good. Fried potatoes, red and green. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna move on from this one because nobody knows this one. I don't know how that even made it in here.
Shrimp Wiggle brought together shrimp and sweet peas in a comforting white sauce, traditionally served over toast or pasta. This dish was a staple in the Northeast, celebrated for its simplicity and the delightful interplay of seafood sweetness with creamy sauce. Despite its long-standing popularity, Shrimp Wiggle's appeal began to diminish as newer generations of diners sought out dishes that highlighted seafood in its most natural state, moving away from the heavy, cream-laden preparation.
That even just looks disgusting to me. Pineapple wrapped with ham is good. Yeah, that's probably how we ended up putting it on pizzas. Puerto Rican brother-in-law loves plantain. Yeah. With so many friggin' varieties of bananas here, why doesn't anybody cook plantain? I mean, I know apparently plantains are a particular type of banana, but we got to have a variety that's like close to plantains here. And you could probably just take a regular banana and cook it like plantains anyway. I mean, I don't understand why that's not done here. I mean, I would love that. Yeah, this thing looks gross. It says the Northeast, so like what, like Maine, Boston, places where you have clam chowder and lobster and stuff like that. Then they would want the shrimp like this with now. We did peas and tuna fish. We would actually take the macaroni, the Kraft macaroni and cheese, and then add a can of tuna and add peas, and have like a casserole, but just right out of the pot, cook. Alfredo with shrimp and peas is good. All righty. I guess maybe that's what the sauce is maybe an Alfredo sauce. No way that your mom was making that. She doesn't like shrimp. Gibbo says prawn toast from the Chinese pieces of toast with blended prawns and sesame seeds deep fried. Interesting, Gibbo. I have never heard of that. Chalet says lovely. I think I would, if somebody made it for me, like in their house, I would try it. Okay. I would try it. But if it was like on a menu at a restaurant, I would not order it, if that makes sense. Chalet says she likes fried shrimp with ketchup. That works too. All right.
Banana meatloaf emerged as an adventurous twist on traditional meatloaf by incorporating mashed bananas to add sweetness and moisture.
No.
This innovative
No. Do we have one more?
egg salad in aspic was once a
Oh my
highlight
gosh,
of buffets and luncheons,
disgusting.
combining creamy egg salad.
Look at that. Aspic. Aspic is Jello. All right. Or what we in America call Jello, but without any sugar or flavoring. Right. So you've got chicken, you've got peas, you've got carrots, you've got eggs in this gel. Can I barf now? Yeah, ketchup is like a substitute for cocktail sauce with shrimp. You'd be starving if you were starving for weeks, you might try it. You never heard of such a thing. Yeah, the banana meatloaf. What? Ew. Yeah, and this is ew. It apparently, like in the 40s and 50s, Mumsy did when you were growing up. Your Mumsy's a boomer. So when you were growing up as a boomer and you were a kid, did Gurmy make stuff with molds and Jello molds, but like what we would say is savory dishes in molds? I mean, I don't know. Gibbo says it normally comes free 2 pieces of toast cut up with a dip, like an appetizer. Oh, like if you go to a Mexican restaurant, then you get chips and salsa. And it might be in the old Betty Crocker cookbook. Exactly. Yeah, if it was in a small dose, Gibbo, Chalet says, like tiny. Queen says cocktail sauce is kind of like ketchup with a bit of horseradish sauce. Exactly. That's pretty much what it is. So Chalet hates cocktail sauce. You don't like the horseradish. Look at the cats. Oh my goodness. They're running back and forth, chasing each other, playing. No, Gurmy never made stuff like that. Yeah, it wasn't in our family to do stuff, these Jello things. Gibbo says, yeah, it's only 2 pieces cut up and the slices are tiny. All right. So we finished famous lunches. Now we're going to move to famous food traditions that have faded into history and see if there's any that we remember from this. So here's a Swanson's.
Curious which beloved food traditions have faded into the pages of history? Today, we're taking a look back at 20 food traditions that once brought Americans together. These memories remind us of a world that was slower, warmer, and more connected. Let's jump in. Back in 1954, Swanson brought something special to the American dinner table, the TV dinner. These convenient, pre-prepared meals, neatly portioned.
I still get TV dinners sometimes because banquet. They have banquet here, and it's about $2.50. It's under $3, so I figure that's a decent price for a meal. Remember how the mashed potatoes are all kind of like watery, and then it was great if you got a dessert with it. Here's like an apple pie dessert, and then the standard mixed vegetables of carrots, peas, and corn. And this one happens to be fried chicken. I remember Salisbury steak, beef stroganoff, chicken parmesan, So many. Stofers are pretty good. Yeah, so many. So I mean, Marie Callender's. Those look way better than ours now. You know, I bet the food was healthier back then. They were kind of like in these like aluminum foil trays, which, you know, I'm not a big fan of aluminum when it comes to cooking, you know, anything to do with food. The turkey, oh yeah, the turkey dinner. Then you had mashed potatoes and you had gravy and you had stuffing. Yeah. Oh yeah. Remember, sometimes you'd get chocolate pudding. And but yeah, you'd put them in the oven because we didn't have microwave ovens back then. So you had to put it in the oven. And then you had the whole business of TV trays. So you had metal TV trays, you had wooden TV trays, or you would use the folding card table. Every house had a folding card table because when it came time to Thanksgiving, you'd open up that folding card table and that was the kids' table. Yeah, okay, everybody likes the turkey dinner for sure. All right, so what's the next one?
Go-to solution for a fast-paced American life. Then there were soda fountains.
Soda fountains.
These delightful fixtures of American drugstores
I mean,
going strong
Walgreens
since the late
is a very
1800s.
famous soda.
They hit their stride in the mid-20th century as places where folks mingled over milkshakes, sodas, and ice cream sodas. These charming spots became central to social.
I will say this, that there here in Cambodia, there is a lot of having unflavored soda water, and then adding a flavor. So they call it Italian soda. I don't know how it ended up being called Italian soda, but that just means that they're making the soda with the flavor that you choose. They pour it in and they mix it with the soda water, and then you've got a soda. Hey, Cassie. But as far as like malts and milkshakes and everything, you know, old milkshakes are still the best. Absolutely. I'm going to just let this play.
Life, peaking in popularity in the 1940s and 1950s.
Oh, the metal
soda
ice
jerk,
cream
as the attendant was called, would mix various flavored syrups into carbonated water, creating delightful drinks on demand. Customers often sat on stools at the counters, enjoying their treats in a lively atmosphere. Soda fountains offered a unique charm, providing a space where people of all ages could gather, socialize, and enjoy refreshments. However, they declined with the rise of fast food restaurants and changes in retail practices as quicker service models became more popular, overshadowing the slower, more social soda fountain experience. Milkman deliveries, a service that started in the United States in the late 19th century, became particularly popular in the 1950s as suburban living expanded. This service involved daily deliveries of fresh milk and other dairy products to households, typically in iconic glass bottles. Milkmen were a familiar sight in neighborhoods, known for their reliable early morning deliveries. The peak of milkman deliveries coincided with the time when few households had refrigerators capable of storing large amounts of perishable goods, making daily deliveries essential. The most remembered aspect of this service is the milkman's role as a community figure who not only delivered milk, but also served as a friendly, trustworthy presence in neighborhoods. The decline of this tradition came with the advent of supermarkets and improved home refrigeration, offering greater convenience and variety, shifting consumer habits.
They sell milk in bags.
Tupperware parties took off in the 1950s, introduced by Tupperware Brands Corporation as an innovative marketing strategy. These home-based selling events saw hosts inviting friends and family over to check out and purchase Tupperware products.
Remember when it was all
the popularity of these parties peaked in the 1970s, combining social gatherings with business opportunities, especially for women. The unique selling point of Tupperware parties was showcasing the product's durability and utility, particularly the airtight seals that kept food fresh longer. The parties were set in a casual, friendly atmosphere where the host demonstrated the products while guests enjoyed snacks and socialized. Tupperware parties created an empowering environment, offering innovative, durable kitchen products and a fun, social selling model, making them a standout phenomenon in direct sales. Victory gardens, also called war gardens,
So let me see your comments on Tupperware. Milkman, Tupperware, and Fantasia parties. You still have a few of the old ones. Chalet says, a neighbor friend of ours growing up still had a milkman, and that milk was so cold and good out of a glass bottle. Oh, I bet. That sounds delicious. Okay, Victory Gardens.
were
That's a
home
little
gardens
more
planted
on
during World War II to boost food production and help alleviate pressure on the public food supply. This initiative,
now,
which
I think
started
the
in
US and some
1942,
places,
was part of the
they
civilian war
banned
effort,
Victory
and it
Gardens.
encouraged citizens to cultivate vegetables, fruits, and herbs in their backyards and public parks. During the war, about 20 million Victory Gardens were planted across the United States, producing approximately 40% of all the fresh vegetables consumed in the country. The gardens peaked in popularity from 1942 to 1945, allowing individuals to contribute directly to the war effort. A standout feature of Victory Gardens was their ability to foster a sense of self-reliance and patriotism. After the war, Victory Gardens fell out of favor with the end of rationing and the resurgence of commercial agriculture. Salad bars started to become popular in
Salad bars. Who remembers salad bars? I do. Yeah, oh my gosh. I have to tell you, I've got a picture somewhere. They've stopped it, pizza company. That's a pizza place here. Pizza company had a salad bar. And you could only go through one time. And the kid, they'd get this little bowl like this, right? It'd be like really shallow. And they'd take carrot sticks and put them up like this. And then they'd fill that in. And then they'd get more carrot sticks and do another layer. Then they'd have, I swear to you, some of them were 3 feet high. I swear. Well, maybe not. That'd be a yard. Okay, at least a foot. They'd be a foot high. Oh, Andy in the house. Hey, welcome. Yeah. Remember when they didn't have sneeze guards and then they had to invent sneeze guards? Oh, you watch a show called Victory Garden. Well, now you know where it came from. Mumsy's never heard of bagged milk. Yeah, Gibbo says, my mom says I'm the milkman's. Yeah, that's a long-standing joke. See, Queen says they get bagged milk here now. Yeah, it's a Canadian thing. And then sometimes we've had it here, but more often than not, they get, I guess now, I mean, the way you can relate in the US is, don't they make little milk cartons for school lunches that don't need to be refrigerated, right? And it's like a UHT or something milk. And so it's milk like, but it's like a 1 liter box of milk that doesn't have, of course, when you're going to drink the milk, you refrigerate it, but you can have it in the cupboard, just not refrigerated until you're ready to drink it. But I have seen, but it didn't really take off here, the bags of milk. I saw them for a little while and then I don't see them anymore. Yeah, it's a Canadian thing. Yeah, even Chalet hasn't heard of the bagged milk. Yeah. All righty. So salad bars.
Restaurants during the health-conscious 1970s. The first modern salad bar is credited to the restaurant R.J. Grunt's in Chicago, which introduced the concept in 1971. These self-service stations allowed diners to customize their salads with a variety of fresh ingredients, including greens, vegetables, proteins, and dressings. Salad bars were initially introduced to meet growing consumer demand for fresher, healthier dining options.
That's a whole buffet.
Their peak years were in the late 1970s and 1980s, when they became a staple in both casual and upscale eateries. However, their prevalence has declined due to heightened food safety concerns and the costs of maintaining a wide variety of fresh produce.
Now, when I worked at Red Lion Hotel, we got kale, and you'd put the bowls in the ice, and then you'd fill the ice with kale. You'd stick it in there, so that you didn't actually see the ice. It would cover the ice with kale. And that's the only use of kale. But here in Cambodia, people eat kale. It's like a normal thing to eat kale. And I'm just like, ugh, like who eats kale? It's just for decoration.
Instant coffee, made from brewed coffee beans.
Instant coffee is next. So let's see what we got here. Come. I don't know that. Come. Slips walking. Okay. So instant coffee. I drink instant
that are then freeze-dried or spray-dried became widely available in the United States after World War II. It gained traction.
Remember, there was a time when people didn't have Keurigs and espresso machines and pod machines and all of this, where you'd get a fresh hot cup of coffee like from the beans. It was very rare. I mean, and if you had beans, if you had a coffee grinder and coffee beans, you usually put it in a percolator, to make coffee with the percolator. Gurmpy, my grandfather, he'd always ask me to go make his coffee in the percolator because he said I did it right. And I think even later if it was instant coffee, he also said I did that right with whatever, sugar and milk and stuff. So he always liked me to make his cup of coffee, and I always enjoyed doing that for him. But yeah, instant coffee didn't have the bad reputation that it does today because people weren't snobby about it. So Andy's got lots of coffee emojis. Gabriel says there's a supermarket that has salad bars. We get a large one to fill it with different flavors of pasta and meat and hide boiled eggs in the middle if you have a long day. There you go. That's awesome. And Queen says kale is used in authentic Italian wedding soup. Okay. That little meatball soup. Yeah, that's good stuff. Everyone's saying hello. Queen, we get all salads and meats at the deli section here. I know in the US before I left, the deli section would also, and there is no deli section in Cambodia. And so the deli section in the supermarket would have all those kind of salads that you would have at a potluck. The 3-bean salad, the Waldorf salad, whatever, the pistachio salad with fruit salad with marshmallows and stuff. And just regular salad and Caesar salad. And they would have all these different salads. Andy says, da-da, dum, da-dum, perk sound. Oh, from the commercial. The percolator sound. Oh, the bag salads are in the produce section. Yeah, those are nice when they're washed already. Just throw them in. Just put them in a bowl, add what you want. Just give you cream and sugar. There you go. Chalet. Oh, those international coffees. I wonder if it has that. Let's keep this playing. Gibble says, we don't really have a deli section, but we do have packaged sandwiches and salads or pasta boxes. Meal deals are around $4 a sandwich with a side and a drink. Wow. Yeah, we use in the refrigerated section, there are like some pre-made sandwiches and maybe some pre-made salads as well in here. But it's like with, you got the milk and the cheese and the sour cream and the yogurt and some sandwiches and some salads in containers. You'll take a 4x4 extra large with cream. All right, let's see if they have those.
In the 1950s and 1960s as a convenient alternative to traditionally brewed coffee. Preparing instant coffee simply involves adding hot water to the dried coffee granules, making it ideal for a quick cup at home or on the go. The peak popularity of instant coffee was during the 1970s, aligning with the fast-paced lifestyle of many Americans. Instant coffee played a memorable role in American pop culture, often associated with busy work environments and quick coffee breaks.
There's a drip.
While its popularity stemmed from its ease of use and consistent flavor, instant coffee has since declined with the rise of artisanal coffee culture.
I thought it was a bug. It was a cat.
Ice cream socials are community events where people gather.
Oh, they didn't show those Viennese coffee and hazelnut Here, Spunky. Come here, Spunky. Come here, Spunky. Spunky. Here he comes. Here she comes. Here she comes. Here she comes again. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. It's a spunky monkey. It's a spunky monkey. Hey, Spunky. Okay, Spunky. There you go. Oh, we don't want to see your bottom. Go on. Monte Cristo coffee? Something that sounds familiar. Freeze-dried coffee. You're having Folgers right now. I've got Folgers. I think it's Folgers. It's green because it's decaffeinated. The closest you have to a deli is a Subway or a bakery. Vanilla creamer. Oh, all the creamers. Oh, Irish cream, hazelnut, amaretto. Oh, almond. Amaretto is almond. Yeah. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So, when I came here, I learned that the French have this. Oh no, it's not that's a croque monsieur. But the Monte Cristo sandwich, which is actually American, is very similar to that. But I don't know Monte Cristo coffee. Remember the ice cream socials in elementary school? Yes. Oh, the cakewalks. Yes. You're looking for tuna. Looking for tuna in all the wrong places. You want a diner like in America where I live. You want to invest. Well, come here, Gibbo. I want the same thing. Invest in making one here in Cambodia. I guarantee you it will take off. It'll be very popular for sure. I already know the menu. I just need an investor. Andy Garcia thought I like hazelnut, but usually go French roast. Well, French roast doesn't have any flavor. Love the diner. I know. I want a diner here so bad. If you own a restaurant, you'll be investing your life in one. This is true. Every minute of it. The Monte Cristo coffee recipe: sugar rim the coffee glass, Grand Marnier and Kahlua, filled with coffee, but not to the top because you have to add room for the cream, and top with whipped cream. Oh, Queen. That sounds amazing. A Monte Cristo coffee. Yes, I would love that. Absolutely. I just wonder, since Kahlua is already a coffee liqueur, maybe adding Bailey's, Grand Marnier with a little bit of orange flavor, and the Bailey's. Good too. Either way, Kahlua, Bailey's. There's one's cream. It's cream. Bailey's is basically creamy Kahlua, right? You had friends who owned restaurants. Yeah, your life gets absorbed by it. You're not supposed to leave the country. Your mom will shout at me. Okay. I don't want to get you in trouble. Okay. Maybe later. Queen is as fancy as her name. I curse you, the Queen, Chalet says. Top with whipped cream and a cherry. Oh, I have maraschino cherries. I have maraschino cherries right there in that refrigerator. Now you're making me want a maraschino cherry. Oh, curtsies. Don't put me in the dungeon. You would top it with Bailey's whipped cream. What? I've never heard of Bailey's whipped cream. Oh my goodness. What am I missing? That sounds amazing. Bailey's whipped cream? What? Oh yeah, I want some. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. So ice cream socials. Let's play this while
to enjoy homemade ice cream, often organized by churches,
just
schools,
eat that.
or neighborhood
Yeah,
groups.
that whipped cream.
These socials were particularly popular in the United States during the early to mid 20th century. The peak era of ice cream socials was in the 1950s, when they served as a popular summer activity that brought communities together.
It says
These events often
50s.
included games,
So
music, and other festivities, enhancing the communal experience. However, the popularity of ice cream socials has declined with the
Game.
rise of other forms of
Party with ice
entertainment and the widespread availability of ice cream.
You don't remember having ice
Baking
cream at ice cream
contests have been a
socials?
staple of American
Or
fairs and
baking
community events,
contests.
gaining
I
prominence in the
I
mid-20th
won
century.
some baking contests.
These
before. I have
contests
a
allow
plaque,
individuals to showcase their baking skills,
2 plaques.
competing in categories like
I
pies,
won my
cakes,
category
and
and
bread.
I won best of show.
The first official American baking contest was the
You
Pillsbury
wish,
Bake-Off,
Queen.
which started in 1949 and remains one of the most prestigious baking
Cakewalk.
competitions today.
Isn't a cakewalk like
Other baking
Pillsbury?
contests, often held at county fairs, showcased regional specialties like
People
apple
says he
pies
had
and
ice cream
fruitcakes.
vans, but now you only
Baking
see them when it's
contests
raining or
peaked in the
you're
1950s and
Right.
1960s, coinciding with a broader interest in home baking and community activities. These events have declined due to changes in lifestyle, with fewer people baking at home. Automat restaurants.
Okay. Sloppy Joe's. Not really, but you went out for ice cream. All righty. Probably some cups with ice cream in it. Yeah. Remember in school, we got the little cup of ice cream and you had to pull the top off of it and you had like a little wooden stick to eat it with? And there was vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry? Yeah. Andy says, you've been to breakfast with a couple who only had coffee black. Look down their nose at any coffee additive. Oh, I know. And those people also think that decaf is like a horrendous, like, you know, a mortal sin as well. But Gibbo, yeah, we talked about well, it's funny because yes, they're a van, but for some reason in our vocabulary in America, we called them ice cream trucks. And they always had music. And so you'd hear them coming down the street. You'd run in to get some money so that you could come out and buy an ice cream when they, you know, we did a whole show practically that we were Googling all the different kinds of ice creams that they had on those ice cream trucks. Yeah, never saw one of these, an automatic restaurant. So I've seen vending machines. Strawberry shortcake ice cream. Oh, yeah. So it's the strawberry ice cream with the crunchy on the outside of it. Oh, so good. You're right. You're not true, but that's okay. All right, Chalet. The best shortcake is made with Bisquick. Bisquick is amazing. I love Bisquick. Talk to fresh strawberries and half cream. Top. Right, top. Make the shortcake with, my grandfather loved strawberry shortcake. His birthday was in July. So he always had strawberry shortcake instead of a cake for his birthday. Gibbo, we call them trucks too because of the American cartoons. Andy Garcia, we hated the decaf. It just ain't coffee. Yeah, see, but you know what? It doesn't taste any different. Come on. It's better for your heart. You don't need caffeine. Oh, Mumsy says she only drinks black coffee. Yeah, but you're not a snob about it, Mom. You don't look down on people that add anything to their coffee. Queen says, I'd like espresso with grappa or Grand Marnier with organic rind or espresso with sweet condensed milk. It's a Spanish bomba. Wow. Yeah, Mumsy says, no, she's not a snob. And I agree. I can vouch for her. She's not a snob. Speaking of Gurmy and Gurmpy, this is Gurmy's house coat that I'm wearing again. I wore it I happened to wear it on the last Gen X too, I think. Oh, grandkids are here. Hi, Talon. Hi, other grandkids. Orange rind. Yeah. Not organic rind, but orange rind. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Lola, Fox, and Talon. Shout out to Lola. Shout out to Fox. Shout out to Talon. Have fun with Grandma. Andy Garcia. Yeah, we'll drink coffee black, usually out of at a job or a campsite. I was someplace a couple weeks ago, I think where I was tutoring at an office, and they said, you know, would you like a coffee? And I'm like, do you have any milk? You know, and then they have the powdered 3-in-1 thing, and like, you know, the coffee, the sugar, the milk. I'm like, well, do you have one of those? No. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and have a black coffee. And it was all right. It was all right. They added a lot of water to it, you know, Americano style. Gibbo, we can't afford these things. We are peasants. Please speak peasant. I know exactly. Uh, uh. So let's see. So let's take a look at these
Known for their
automatic
coin-operated food
restaurants.
dispensers, first
They have
appeared in the
vending
United
machines now.
States in the early 20th century, reaching peak popularity in the 1950s. These establishments offered freshly prepared dishes behind small glass windows that customers could access by inserting coins.
So it looks like
The
a
experience was
cafeteria.
unique, blending fast food convenience with the quality of freshly made meals in a cafeteria setting. Customers
Cafeteria.
loved the novelty and efficiency of serving themselves in
Automatic.
an era when self-service was rare. The iconic memory associated with automat restaurants is the futuristic feel of getting food from a machine, a concept that fascinated people. Automats were popular due to their affordability, efficiency, and the fun of using the coin-operated mechanism. However, their decline came with the rise of fast food chains, offering quicker service and extensive menus. Fondue parties, popular in the United States
Fondue
during the
parties. I saw
1960s and
pictures like this, like
1970s,
ad.
were all about
I always
gathering around a
wanted to do
communal pot of
fondue.
melted
Never had a
cheese or
chance to
chocolate,
do fondue.
where guests dipped in various
And then
foods
here in
like bread,
Cambodia,
fruits, or
went to like a
vegetables.
Swiss restaurant.
These events
Had
became a
fondue. There you go, fondue. So I have had it once since I've been here. So Queen says she also likes espresso black with cane sugar. Andy saying hi. Gibbo, I buy a massive jar of coffee from Aldi, leave it at my sister's. She ain't kicking me out until I have at least 2 cups. I don't care if she's in the bath. I'm not asking her to move over. Queen says she's never been to one of those, but they are huge in Asia. Yeah, well, Tokyo. They're huge in Tokyo. Yeah. I did a travel article on Tokyo, and so since I've never been to Tokyo, I watched travel videos about Tokyo. So then I could write about what I saw in the travel videos. Yeah, that's how you do it sometimes. Andy, remember getting lemon meringue pie from these dispensers? Only I hate the meringue. I hate the egg white stuff. I like whipped cream. So give me the lemon bottom, which in the UK they call lemon curd. That's basically what it is. My mother-in-law used to make lemon curd from scratch. She gave me the recipe. It's like really, well, it's not so complicated. It's just time consuming that you have to like stir it forever and wait for a long time and whatever. I don't know if I recall. So I think I made it once, never bothered to make it again, but I do have the recipe, so I could make it. Do you fondue? Yes, I think, wasn't that a 70s question? Like, what's your sign? Do you fondue? Love fondue parties. Used to throw one every New Year's. Oh, I want to go. Mumsy says she loves lemon meringue pie. Chalet remembers her mom and dad getting into fondue. There's a place here called the Melting Pot that does that. Fondue is still a thing in Europe, yes, in particular France. Well, France and Switzerland, maybe northern Italy, like Milan or something, because that's part of the Alps. Cheese, meat, and chocolate for dipping. Gibbo, we have these restaurants, but everything is mainly Middle Eastern ripoffs of Italian or Chippies. And Chippies being like a fish and chips place, right? Because the chips are the fries, the big potato wedge French fries. I was reading a novel, and the girl, she worked as a chippy. And I'm like, I bet that's fish and chips. And I finally had to like dig around just to double check and make sure. And yeah, so it was kind of like implying that her job was in America. We would say like you work when you're a burger flipper and you flip burgers at McDonald's or something. It's like a low paying fast food kind of job. So raclette with the fondue. Yes, then that's a type of cheese thing. I had to find out about that since I've been in Cambodia. I've learned so much since I've lived here in Cambodia that I never knew when I lived in America. Gibbo, chips with something, normally fish, but sausage or pie, faggots, burger, anything. And what are those? because I know you don't mean a gay person. I know that. And I forgot. I've forgotten. I know I've heard it, but I've forgotten what it is. What is devil's food? Devil's food means anything that's chopped up. So well, of course, there's devil's food cake, which is like a really dark chocolate. But like devil's food, like deviled, anything deviled ham, deviled eggs means that it's chopped up. I saw some on YouTube once. I love entomology, so those kind of like word origins and things like that come up in my feeds and stuff. So yeah, I remember seeing something on how that came to be and like when it was first used and blah, blah, blah. Angel food cakes. Yes, they're so light and fluffy. Mumsy used to make angel food cake. There's a lot of egg whites in angel food cake, if I recall. Good to eat, hard to make. All right, moving on. What else we got here? Oh, drive-in theaters.
Drive-in theaters, also known as drive-in cinemas, first gained popularity in the
Known as drive-in
1950s,
cinemas
becoming an iconic part of American culture.
So movie theaters are called cinemas in Europe, right? But maybe, I mean, if you guys in England had drive-ins, then yes, you would call them drive-in cinemas. But in America, it would only be drive-in theaters.
These outdoor cinemas let people watch movies from their cars, with a large screen set up in a spacious parking area. The snack bar was an essential feature, offering popcorn, sodas, and classic American snacks to enhance the movie-watching experience.
Hamburgers.
The peak of drive-in theaters' popularity was in the 1950s and 1960s,
so good.
offering a perfect blend of entertainment and privacy for families and couples. The memorable element of drive-in theaters is the unique experience of viewing movies under the stars, creating lasting memories.
Yeah, they'd have hot dogs.
Drive-in theaters with snack bars were unique, combining entertainment with the convenience of staying in your car. However, they declined with the rise of multiplex cinemas and home video. Supper clubs,
Mumsy
those
likes
charming diners.
Pepsi. Mumsy likes Pepsi better than Coke. Raclette grill, which allows the melting the individual portions of the cheese, offers a grill top to serve grilled vegetables, meat, chicken, or fish with the cheese. Many of these models come with a grill top that can be used to make crepes or pancakes. Cool. Let's all go to the snack bar. Let's all go to the snack bar. Yeah. Love drive-ins, me too. Cinema, yes, we do have drive-ins, but normally in big parks as a summer one-off, like for a week. Theater is a stage show here. There you go. Now having been very involved in arts administration as far as one of my courses in college and being in the theater, like I was half in the communications journalism. There's universities are made up of colleges. There's the College of Theater Arts and there's the College of Communications. And so my journalism degree started there, but then I added theater arts in order to kind of make a film degree. And what I was taught officially, theater with an R-E refers to the arts. Theater with an E-R then is a stage. I mean, well, at least like, or a movie theater is E-R, T-H-E-A-T-H-E-R. But spelling it like Gibbo did with an R-E, that's the stage and the arts. So there you go. Unless you're talking about Broadway, I think they might still, like if you say a Broadway theater, I think in American English, we would still spell that E-R. But just theater in general, like the stage in general, would definitely be an R-E. Don't forget to hit the like, friends. Yes. Don't forget the speaker box. Oh, on the speaker box at the drive-in. I was stranded at the drive-in, branded a fool. What will they say Monday at school? Greece. Greece is the da. Supper clubs. I never got to enjoy supper clubs. it's something that it's a rat pack kind of thing. I've actually been in Los Angeles. Andy, you probably remember some supper clubs. I've been to events at traditional supper clubs, like the Friars Club. That's where like the Rat Pack, Marilyn Monroe, Milton Berle, all these people, it was like the Comedians Guild. And so I don't know, there's some kind of rumor about Marilyn Monroe and like a little poker table thing or something in there. But like whenever you see on TV, like these old black and white roasts, so Dean Martin is roasting Jerry Lewis, or Jerry Lewis is roasting Milton Berle, or whatever, those. So they had a big party. It was maybe their birthday or anniversary or just whatever occasion they're wanting to honor them. And they do a roast, not a roast like you roast meat, but a roast as in you make fun of them. Those were done at the Friars Club. And I went to a party that was there at the Friars Club, at the real fire. It's been torn down now. Right, Andy? I don't know if you knew that. It's been torn down. Theater or theater. Yeah. Potato. You love Dean Martin. Yeah. Family Guy. Anyway, there was also a little lounge that had this couple that had been playing music since the 60s. So they were really old, but they were still playing. She'd play the piano, he'd sing, whatever. They both sing. And they sang all the old standards and stuff. I mean, but it was more of a bar lounge, which is right on the line of a supper club. The Don Rickle, I had him with those roasts. I had his face, but I couldn't remember his name. You remember being like 5 years old and watching the TV show. Yeah. Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin movies were so funny as a kid. And they were even old then. That's true.
Dining establishments offering gourmet meals and live entertainment rose to popularity in the United States in the 1930s and enjoyed a resurgence in the 1950s and 1960s. These clubs were often situated on the outskirts of towns, providing a destination where patrons could spend the entire evening, from dinner to dancing. Supper clubs were known for their sophisticated ambiance, usually featuring soft lighting, live bands, and a dance floor. Their golden age was in the 1950s when they became social hubs for formal night outs, offering a touch of glamour and exclusivity. Supper clubs' popularity came from their ability to provide a complete night out with fine dining, cocktails, and entertainment all in one place.
To me, I would
they declined as social habits changed and new forms of entertainment emerged. Pig pickins, also known as pig roasts, are a cherished tradition.
We didn't. Okay, just a second. Hello? James? No, not yet. But I talked to her and she said like before the first. I know. Just hang on. Look, I'm live. Okay, so you don't want the whole conversation going on. So, yeah, he doesn't care. Okay, but yeah. So thanks for calling to check. But no, there's nothing. Okay. Okay. Love you. Bye. All righty. That's my son James. Okay, wait. Whoa. You all right there, Cassie? No, Cassie. Casanova is laying down right in front of my screen, like the bottom part of my screen, but it should be all right. Andy says, yes, he saw the couple. Queen says, the only supper club I went to was called the Ultra Supper Club in Toronto, but it's a fancy restaurant. Yeah. Gray Fox Inn on Santa Monica, but long gone now. Love pig roast, Queen says. Gibbo, the Cray twins had a supper club they had all the celebrities around to hide their crimes. I don't know who the Cray twins are, but wow, sounds like amazing history. Yeah, pig roast. My mom at her house in the backyard dug a pit, lined it with bricks in the bottom, whatever. So they kind of had that place to do goat. They would roast goat too, right, Mumsy? Goat. And didn't you tell me you were gonna like dismantle it or something and fill it in because you weren't gonna have any more barbecues? Lots of celebrities at Ultra. Yeah, celebrities like to show up at dinner shows. I mean, at supper clubs, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we don't need to see the pig all cut up. Actually. Oh, now, wait. Oops. Now we're to clam bakes.
Potatoes and corn are steamed on the beach over a bed of seaweed.
Potatoes and corn.
This tradition gained popularity in the early 20th century and saw a resurgence in the 1960s and 1970s as a festive summer activity that brought communities and families together.
Clam bake.
An iconic memory of clam bakes is the unique and flavorful experience of eating freshly cooked seafood by the ocean. The decline of clam bakes can be attributed to environmental regulations, limited venues, and the rising costs of seafood, making these events less common. Jell-O molds became a popular dessert in American households from the 1950s.
So the clam bakes, has anybody ever done like a real clam bake? Mumsy said they did fill it in. There's no more pit. Gibble says 2 British gangsters. There's movies on them. Legend is the best. Wow. Sea bakes. Oh, so you call them sea bakes instead of clam bakes. All right. Yeah, I think what we would call the Eastern Seaboard, all those the Northeast coastal states have clam bakes. Yes, Maven, sea bakes. All right. All right, moving on to Jell-O then.
Through the 1970s. This dessert involves adding ingredients like fruits or vegetables to flavored gelatin, then letting it set in decorative molds to achieve intricate shapes. The Jell-O brand, founded in 1897, became a household name, with molds evolving into a staple of mid-century cuisine. In fact, Utah consumes more Jell-O per capita than any other state, leading to it being named the official state snack in 2001. Jell-O molds peaked in popularity in the 1960s when they were a fixture at both casual family dinners and formal gatherings. With their vibrant colors and creative presentations, it's making Jell-O molds a fun and festive element at many events. Casserole dinners have been a mainstay in America.
Okay, so Jell-O molds, what do you guys got to say? Andy, we did a pig roast buried in the ground with a huge solid copper pot, 4 foot tall. Wow, 3 feet wide. Chicharrones y carnitas. Chicharrones y carnitas. Yeah, I say that okay? Fiestas quinceañeras. Yes, the 15-year-old sweet 16, but 15 party. And you hear the mariachis. Yes, mariachis. We used to, there was a dance, a Mexican dance called banda, B-A-N-D-A, I guess, banda. And that was my favorite. Oh, I loved banda. I was good at banda. Mumsy says, what fun, Andy. Queen says, baby pig roasts in the ground with hot coals wrapped in banana leaves are good. Yes, all kinds of different cultures around the world love to like cook things in the ground. No pigs were hurt during this production. So no comments on Jell-O. All right, moving on to casseroles.
American cuisine, especially from the 1950s through the 1980s, celebrated for their convenience and comfort. Casseroles typically combine proteins, vegetables, and a starchy binder in one dish, which is then baked. Classic recipes like tuna noodle casserole and green bean casserole became staples of American dinner tables.
Definitely.
The word casserole comes from the French term for saucepan, and the dish became popular in America during the Great Depression for its affordability. They became synonymous with family meals and potluck gatherings due to their ease of preparation and ability to feed a crowd.
Upside down cake. Mums used to make
Post-World
that.
War II,
You see that
America
jello
saw the
mold?
rise of the
Olives.
cocktail party, which became a significant part of ability to feed a crowd.
Look at that jello mold with, what is it, olives and grapes? There's definitely some pimento olives with that bright green. Looks like a grape. My gosh. What the heck? Oh, and look at this. It's like got jello cubes, but then there's like this white. Is it like, if it was made of marshmallow, I'd be good with that. If it's made of mayonnaise, I'm not so good with that. And another jello mold over here. I mean, fruity, sweet jello molds, I'm good with. Savory, no. Barf. Yeah, watch it wiggle, see it jiggle. Yeah, buddy. Feel the squeal. Aw, Andy. Queen, the best is the slow turn spit with crackling skin. Smoking yum. Yeah, they do the spits here. Usually it's a calf on it though, instead of a pig. But there might be pigs. But usually it's a calf on the big spit. Weird jello stuff back then, yeah. Still like jello. Yeah, I should make some jello. If you saw what it was made of, you wouldn't like it. I've always heard that. Same thing with hot dogs. Jelly shots. Yes. Just pretend it's not made out of that. Yeah, like horse hooves or something. The gelatin, at least originally, the gelatin was from the horse hooves or something. I don't know. First Jello shots a few years back. Yep. All right. So the next one, we're almost done.
Post-World War II, America saw the rise of the cocktail party,
I
which became a
love
significant
cocktail
part of
party.
social life, especially in the 1950s and
Canadian
1960s.
clubhouse. Oops.
These events epitomized sophisticated gatherings.
So I've told my mom, it's like, what makes me happy? Like, what brings me joy, right? It's me playing hostess in my own home. A lot of people, they don't want anyone in their own home. Their own home is private. They don't want to have anybody in their home invading their space. But me, I love to share my home. I love to open up my home and be the hostess and have people come and to entertain them. And that makes me happy. And I don't do it enough. I need,
Where guests enjoyed drinks
I'm
and appetizers
hibernating.
in chic settings, often held in private homes or elegant venues. Cocktail parties featured stylish presentations, including well-stocked bars and servers offering canapes and other finger foods. The
Canapes.
golden era of these gatherings highlighted their role in social and business networking,
Party.
providing a platform for interaction among the upper echelons of society.
Yeah, all right.
Potluck suppers, commonly known as potlucks,
Potlucks.
are communal dining
It's
experiences where
faded
each
into-
participant
What are you talking about? Famous food traditions that have faded into history. Right there is the name of this potluck. Have potlucks faded into history? I mean, I'm not around in the US to go to any potlucks, but are you telling me potlucks have faded into history? I can't believe that. Cocktail parties with appetizers. Yes, appetizers, not canapes. Canapes. I know. It's a European thing. They say canapes. Hey, I found out why it's called an entree. Why we call the main dish an entree. I found out. You ready for this? We all know that, like in the French or European formal dinner, it's like we've heard of restaurants that have 7-course meals, right? Common people rarely ever experience a 7-course meal, but it was a thing, and we know it was a thing, and it's still a thing. But so you would have like soup, and then you would have like fish, and then you would have like salad or whatever, and then you would have the meat. So like at the beginning, whenever of the 1 to 7 courses, right? The one that was called the entree was the meat. So now we have the meat being the main dish, meaning the main course, the main dish for us is whatever the meat is. If it's turkey, if it's roast, if it's fish, if it's chicken, if it's pork, that's our main, that meat. But in that numbers of 1 to 7 courses, the one that was entree was that meat. So that's why we still call it entree, because it's the meat course. Ta-da! I figured it out. Well, I mean, I had to research. I found it. Hostess with the mostest. Oh, Queen's the same way. Like to entertain. Oh, Mumsy says, I'm very good at it. Thank you so much. Andy says, jungle juice in a watermelon. Oh, yeah. Like make a hole in the watermelon and then add a bottle of vodka or whatever. Yeah. Potluck. Love those. Yeah. Queen says that she still does them. Yeah. AI cool in, alcohol in the watermelon. Yum. Andy, not much potluck anymore, but did have a community dinner. But the main dish was made by the fire department folks, and folks brought the other dishes. Oh, that's nice. I've seen kind of some things like that before too. Yeah, that's cool. Chalet. Oh yeah, we always had potlucks at church. A la carte. That's by itself or something. What is the etymology as far as carte? Isn't there Magna Carte? Magna Carta? Gibbo, where are you? What's the actual translation of Magna Carta? Because I think that's the same word for a la carte. A la mode. Mode is the world. So like in the style of the Allah is in the style of the modern, the world. Yeah. Intermezzo petite bouche. Everyone's so afraid of germs these days. That's true for like potlucks. Gibbo, when my family used to visit from Liverpool, we would put in a feast. My dad would give me $20, say, stay out at the pubs and don't come home till they're gone. Oh, but you loved it when they came to visit. Sorbet or palate cleaner between the meal courses. The petite bouche. That makes sense. Hugs everyone till tomorrow. Okay, Mumsy, we love you. We love you. We love you. We'll be wrapping it up soon here, I think. Yeah, you went to the pub. Oh, goodness. I know that I never got to meet her, but my mother-in-law used to always say Aunt Edna's Sunday tea was the one to go to because she put on the best Sunday tea out of everybody in the family. But I by the time I went to England, she was long gone. Yeah, you went to the pub. Yeah, everyone's saying have a great day. Oh, I'm kind of tired as well. What's there's is there one more? Oh, that's the potlucks. Okay, we know potlucks. And then microwave cooking. So we're saying that microwave cooking has faded into the history. I think what might be true is that like I had microwave cookbooks that would give in recipes for meals to be cooked in the microwave. There was a special way that you had to do it, especially back in the early microwaves. You didn't always have that turntable, and so you had to make sure there was no metal. You had to be concerned about moisture, all these different things, so maybe they're talking about cooking meals. Everybody, you can see let me move over right there. I got a microwave, right? We can get rid of this. There's a microwave. And it's just pretty much for heating things up. We heat things up. Or like the TV dinner kind of things that are made for microwaves now instead of made for baking in ovens. But cooking meals in microwaves, yeah, that's kind of faded, I think. The Magna Carta. Okay, not with Carta. Letter written to keep South America from being exploited. Oh, Queen's going too. Bye, Queen. Bye, Queen. Okay, if you want, I can look it up. Okay. La carte etymology. Oh, carte is like the card, okay, which means the menu. according to the menu. Oh, well, that flipped its meaning, didn't it? Because a la carte literally means like pretty much off the menu instead of on the card, you know, according to the card, the menu. It's unless the menu is all things that are single. I don't know, but there you go. That's the it's the French for card, which is for menu. Yeah, I've missed a bit here. Tea as in sandwiches and cakes. Yeah, but she was in England. Aunt Edna lived in England, and in Yorkshire maybe. Maybe Yorkshire. I don't know, like the middle, somewhere in the middle, I think. Because my mother-in-law was from Stockton-on-Tees. She was born in Newcastle-on-Tyne. Yeah, Newcastle is bigger than Stockton-on-Tees, right? So she had to go from, her mother had to go from Stockton-on-Tees to Newcastle-on-Tyne for the hospital to be born in. So then she grew up in Stockton-on-Tees. But Aunt Edna supposedly had the best Sunday tea. That, yeah, with all the stuff. Tea is in sandwiches and cakes. Queen Gibbo, but served with tea and coffee as a tea party. Well, in America we have tea parties, right? But this was referring to England. Finger sandwiches and square cakes, cookies, etc. Oh, for a tea party. You're right. You're right. Having tea, afternoon tea is like what we have as a tea party. I'm still here. Oh, Queen's still here. Okay. Gibbo says to Andy, it's to keep the rights of the people in the hands of the people. It can bring down a government. It was extended to South America after independence because they backed the British. Okay. I know it's a huge point in civilization, the history of world civilization. When it got to the Magna Carta being written, it was like a big deal in history. Yes, that's right, Maven. Oh, thank you. CFM's Queen, tea is just your evening meal. There's a high tea that's like at posh places, little fancy cakes and sandwiches and everything. Yeah. Right, which I was trying to get my mom to go to one of these tea, the afternoon teas and stuff. But you're right. It's like, well, tea is like 4 p.m. It's your 4 p.m. meal, kind of, right? Tea time is 4 p.m. Gibbo, spot on. Queen, when a dish at a restaurant is offered a la carte, it means the dish is ordered individually. Exactly. It is not part of a larger meal. It is like a 5-course meal. For example, you order steak a la carte, right? Alone. You order it alone, which is why it's very interesting that the etymology is that it's according to the menu. I don't know, unless the menu is just a list of all the ingredients. I don't know. Get a steak and just a steak. Yeah. Newcastle is its own language. Yeah, you know what? Because it's almost like a Scottish accent, isn't it? You get the Geordies. Queen, yes, Gibbo, love going for high tea with mimosas. Magna Carta was originally written to take powers off the king. He was tricked to hand over power, but then the same man did the same to the government and the House of Commons was formed. So you have the House of Lords and the House of Commons. And the lords are all the like earls and dukes, people who are titled, right? Now the House of Lords is irrelevant, but we still have it. Interesting. So did you guys have fun tonight? I had fun. Thank you. You know, we were talking about the cocktail parties and the entertaining. Well, really? This is, my live streams are me entertaining you. You know, only we just have to talk about food and look at it. I don't get to actually make food for you or make drinks for you. You'll just have to make those on your own, a la carte. Don't forget that love transcends time and space. So wherever and whenever you are watching this, I love you. All the big landowners, but politicians get in now. Ex-politicians. Yeah, the big landowners have a title. So same, but different. All righty. So you guys, you take care. Tomorrow, I don't know what we'll do because I don't have, oh wait, I might have Mumsy's pictures for the travel vlog. She said she sent them to Skype, but she sent them to an old Skype account that I haven't signed into for a long time. So I've got to like deal with that. So if I get that dealt with, then we can have a travel vlog of Mumsy's trip to Yellowstone. All right. So I'll try to get that for you for tomorrow night. All right. Grandma would buy ice cream in the box and open the whole box on a platter. I have seen that done. I think my grandmother has also done that if it's a big party. And if you get it really cold in the freezer, then you can slice it with a knife out of the, you peel open the box and then slice it with a knife for everybody. Okay, definitely eating after this. Well, it's 10:30 at night for me, so I'm done eating. I cooked some beans from scratch, some pinto beans from scratch, and I just mushed them with a fork. I heated them up again, and I mushed them with a fork and made refried beans, and I put some cheddar cheese on it, and then I ate them with tortilla chips. That was my dinner tonight. All right. So see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Looking forward to it. Good night or have a great day.